where we break down some Call of Duty gameplay for you guys. We're going to be breaking down the Mercado Hardpoint Thieves versus OpTic. It's still fresh in our minds. The deep dive. We're only doing one map today because I know it can get a little long if we do two maps and break down, a whole lot. So we're going to reformat it. We're going to talk after this and figure out a better way to do it. Maybe do like 7 clips to 10 clips that we think are very, very impactful and break down why they're so impactful throughout a game. But this week, we're going to do the same thing. We didn't really have time to prepare. So, without further ado, folks, the deep dive.
Yeah, once again, we've heard your feedback loud and clear. I think some people were saying it's a little too long, so we're going to try one map today.
But some people enjoy it too, so it's like you can't please everybody.
We want as much feedback as possible. Yeah, do you want one map, one full map? Do you want multiple full maps? Do you want, like he said, 7 to 10 game-changing clips, right? A match from here, a match from here, a search, a control, like... We could definitely start breaking down some mini moments that kind of impacted games, and I think between us that probably makes the most sense. That way you guys get to see a bunch of different teams, different game modes, different moments. So for us that makes sense, but please leave us your feedback. We're reading it. I promise you this show is made for you guys, and we'll continue to make changes as we see fit. But without further ado, Mercado Hardpoint, we just saw it on the watch party, but we're going to take a deeper look at it. We have the Mercado Hardpoint Thieves versus OpTic, the final map in the OpTic Thieves series.
And I want to say, these are two of the best Mercado Hardpoint teams in the game right now. It's kind of why I wanted to break it down. OpTic now 10-3. They were 9-3 coming into this match against Thieves. Thieves were 8-4, now 8-5 on this map. Both of these teams are just lights out on this map, and it really shows. We were watching this. I'm going to start it. But the amount of pressure that both teams are putting on you the whole game just makes it very, very difficult to deal with. And it's so crazy watching these two teams play it compared to everybody else.
Yeah, also, I mean, it's important to note that this was OpTic's map pick based on that spawn they just got. Thieves are spawning on the good side, so it's no shock to see a break. This is one of those maps where you kind of beat them to the hill. You beat them sort of to the power spots, I guess, so to say. But OpTic, I think, do a great job of making this scrappy and flipping to green early on.
Yeah, and Riley, let us know how the levels are of this. We can't really tell, so if the gameplay is loud, please let us know. But yeah, right here, Thieves holding on to that green spawn. It's pretty much what you want to do on this hill. Hold on to green for dear life. Just don't get flipped out, even if you sacrifice a couple seconds here like Thieves are doing. You see them just backing up, letting the game come to them, and they actually end up flipping out 2 of them right there, which is not ideal.
Yes, I wanted to note real quick. Sorry, I meant to pause it. If you can go back, just go back like one click. So press
You want to
play.
see where they spawn?
Well, no. So OpTic get 2 kills, yeah, but unless you make these kills kind of immediately, you're getting pinched off spawn. Like, it's actually kind of a decent situation for Thieves, even though 2 of their teammates die, because OpTic are now literally forced to sprint forward and kill people pre-aiming while getting pinched in the back. So you may think, oh, OpTic make kills. They're in the best spot possible to break green. It's not as easy as you would think because of how quick those players off spawn get back in the play. Right through mid, they can hit tunnel.
Yeah, and you see it right there. They instantly get pinched, and I was pointing this out during the watch party. Ant is in such a good position here to be annoying, but Sam... We gave him credit on the team of the week. We gave him credit during the watch party. He comes in, gets a big knife, and if Ant gets like 2 kills there, he can basically disrupt that whole green setup. And we see subs do it a lot. They'll just get into a corner there and be annoying. But Thieves end up making the kills. And right here, we should be spawning back alley or P7, which we do. And that's the good spawn here, right? The spawn you want to flood.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, you can immediately spawn up and just throw tacks over the building and hit their spawn point. Notice how they're all flooding hedge. Assuming OpTic was spawning that close back alley, they're kind of spawning a little further out P7. So ideally, you get like that actual back alley spawn, and you just literally have a stunning grenade over that mini roof immediately, and then you're sort of staggering their push and making it difficult for Thieves to get into play. But
and right here, at this point in the match, we had people in the watch party saying GG already. But Mercado is one of those maps where it is so rotation heavy. One rotation isn't going to make or break the game. There's obviously key moments like P6 to P7 to P1, but whenever we're going from P2 to P3 back to P4, it's so easy to fool 60 teams because really if you stagger their first push, they're in such a bad position. Like we see this in Search and Destroy. Breaking into this tin hill is so damn hard. Brandon's snaking. They got nowhere to go. Someone's in the top windows watching mid cuts and back alley. Like there's nothing you can do here besides try to get a rip gunfight.
Yeah, so OpTic start this off really hot. I think ultimately Thieves actually end up breaking and get some of that scrap time, which is huge.
And that's just a good win from Dylan right there. It's a hard win. He wins a hard gunfight, breaks in, and they end up cleaning up these trades. And again, on the other side of things, once you get on that heady inside of the bottom and have someone up top, it's so damn hard to break. And Thieves look poised at the start of this map.
Yeah, so I want to note that while I do think like P3 and P4 are important, I think the most important hills of the game are P6 and P7, that top green to P7 rotation, which we'll see later on. So I think the goal for both teams right now is to keep the game as close as possible. And then usually, I would say more often than not, the teams who win that top green to RV rotation will end up winning the map. So like looking at the score right now without any context, you think, okay, Thieves are dominating. But like you said, it's so rotation heavy that all it takes is one good hold here.
Yeah, OpTic's in a good spot here. They're only down 30 points. The old hill just popped, and I wanted to highlight Dan wins a huge gunfight here. Yeah, Envoy probably gets traded, but Dan getting that kill allows 7 to push out green. It allows 8 to hold mid, and then 6 obviously spawns bricks, and he has that pinch. So that kill by Dan, it just makes the setup so much cleaner off the break. It's something to note. People don't really realize how important one little kill can be because it just allows them to take map control here.
Yeah, I mean, presence is so important, right? Because you see OpTic spawning on the pinch. So the goal for the rest of OpTic are to play their lives for as long as possible to allow those players that are on the pinch or spawning out
and that's a
to
huge
get back
two.
into play immediately. So shotzzy makes a big 2 there. They got like that trash truck spawn, like right outside forklift, and they just double pinch right through gate. So far, this is perfect play from OpTic to mitigate that gap from 60 down to, like, what, 10 points?
Yeah, and right here, you see, I'm going to skip forward because we're just looking at scrap time. I'm actually going to skip back here. This is Thieves trying to rotate. You see number 3. I think he challenge old?
I think this is where Brandon just peels the wig of Drazah, right?
Oh, yeah, this was an insane. That is a hard gunfight, and that is just a hard read out of Brandon. That kill opens things up. I don't remember if they end up breaking this, but you see where Drazah spawns. He still spawns bricks. Like this map, even if you die first off rotation, like you said, you get some of those pinch spawns, and it allows you to just reflood and get reinforcements back to the hill really quick. And Kenny just makes a godlike play right here. He just slips the net, and it's a little bit of no red dot cheese.
Yeah, I mean, he gets a dirty 3 there, but it's kind of hard. I mean, he's just jumping out of windows, jumping over walls. Here he's on the small roof.
That was gross.
Like there's nothing you can really read there, so it's more so just tipping your hat to Kenny there on a big sequence from him. So I mentioned that P6, P7. So we're gonna see that rotation for green.
7 versus 1's actually kind of big right here, because that solidifies that back alley control early.
Yep.
You see that right
and
there?
the kill is all green. The kill feed's all green as well.
Yep, and I believe Ant ends up winning this as well, but right now you see number 1 from Thieves, which is Octane. He's in top green. I didn't actually see if he spawned there or not, but he's playing that cred. So right here, his only job is to hold progression.
And this is where Ghosty goes huge, right?
Ghosty gets another big set of kills here, I believe. Actually, he just died. He goes big somewhere. It's Dashy that goes big. Dashy gets a big 2-piece right there, staggers their push, and right here, shotzzy holds the cred. And Kenny, this is just a tough spot. Like, there's nothing you can do.
Right here, look, OpTic's getting that back alley spawn. What are they doing? They're spamming tax over,
getting them weak.
A trophy will only block so much.
Stunning them.
OpTic, they're dying here, but you're literally spawning a spot where those tax are flying immediately. Dashy's up top, right where he wants to be, finding kills, and it's just not easy for Thieves. Like, they can't just waltz right through like they'd like to.
Yeah, and right here, Ant just getting mixy. The P7 spawn is held right now. 7 versus 2 is actually massive on the other side of the map.
Right there.
Kyler wins such a big gunfight on Drazah right there. That gunfight pretty much solidifies the P7 rotation, and he pushes out garage, forces them in that deep spawn. 8 picks up middle. I think he ends up killing 3. I don't really know, but he gets traded. And it's just a flawless P6 to P7 rotation from OpTic. They hold it the whole time. Kenny obviously gets that trade, but he gets retraded by shotzzy with another big kill right here.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a perfect setup. Like, Thieves is spawning in Narnia. They're forced to either flood through mid. They're forced to retake green. But, I mean, look at number 5. I mean, it's not going to be easy to go kill Dan in green. So they know they have to go through mid, go around towards T or garage. A lot of people call it, like that RV building.
Another big 2-piece from shotzzy, by the way.
But, yeah. Thieves sort of bail themselves out just a little bit by winning some fights, but OpTic are just in prime position. Like, Thieves are spawning out. Now you'll finally see OpTic spawn on the pinch. So Ghosty plays his life here. He's going to snake, try to make kills, while who is that? Number 8 is on the pinch, Brandon?
Yeah, right here I was a little bit nervous. They actually end up getting a green spawn behind him, and they get that pinch in. I think it ends up working out. I think OpTic turns around or they get these kills, and then they just contest in the hill. Yeah, Ant just lays behind the RV. Number 3 is kind of useless. I was worried that he was going to get that timing and shoot him in the back, but he gets cleaned up on the pinch by Ghosty. And this was honestly just a mixy hill right here. This hill's usually not as mixy, I feel like, but Thieves do a good job to not like get full 60'd here, basically. Yep. They did a good job contesting this hill, making it a little bit scrappy. But then again on the minimap, you see OpTic holding that early green control, already thinking about the next P1.
Yeah, I mean, you said it best. Obviously, the goal here is to hold green, right? You can hold P1 from there. You can pinch that like Barber Chuck side and sort of crossfire. You can look towards gate. You can look towards mid. And ultimately, you're trying to hold that P2 spawn because that's where it rotates next. So Kyler, once again, made great plays all series, loses a fight there. But look at 5. Brandon's
they go 3 down
here, top green.
They go 3 down. Number 8 is still top green here. And he just anchors that spawn. It's a good heads-up play by Brandon. You're always going to see one person basically camping in green. If you can, you're always going to see one person there. Obviously, you see a little bang out near the hill. Brandon's watching their hedge. They all know they're coming tin side, and it's just trading kills at this point, holding green. And this was actually gross for man. I want to point this out. That little jump spot that he hits, it's a pretty common spot, but to hit it like that in the match, obviously a little bit gross. He's got that movement on him.
Yeah, let me talk more about Brandon being up there, right? Even if all of his teammates die and his teammates spawn out tin, it's so hard to make a wave of kills, spawn OpTic behind you tin, and then go kill Brandon because he's good for at least 1 or 2 up there. I mean, he's holding off angles. He's holding those top windows. So no matter what, Thieves are in a tough spot there, and now they're about to flood towards Ghosty. We actually see Ghosty get picked here. I mean, this is just a pre-fire that a lot of people are starting to play now. So it's a good heads-up angle, but unfortunately doesn't make one.
Right here, Thieves, they just make kills. I mean, they have a good break. It all starts with Ghosty getting caught in that off angle up top. And that happens sometimes. Thieves, I wanted to highlight it, but it's kind of already passed. But Kyler had the right idea, trying to cut off that zig lane because that is the preferred spawn when teams are trying to break this hill. And he obviously gets killed, but he has the right idea. And Thieves just have a good break, honestly. I think they were number 2 in breaking on this hill or something like that.
Yeah, it's funny. When Thieves got that 4 dead again, chat was saying GG, yep. LOL, choke, blah, 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 game 5. Once again,
we're going to skip forward.
The map is so rotational that all it takes is one good hold for the score to completely flip on its head. Here, OpTic get rotation to Tin Hill. This is obviously huge, but they also can't win it here, right? So the goal here, hold this, then get a nice flawless rotation to Barber Hill, and this is as clear as it gets, right? You make those kills. You have a player snaking ahead of you. You got trophies everywhere. You got your AR up top. Yeah, this is exactly the position you're looking to be in. And look at number 6. Beautiful off angles. He's not playing over aggressive. That shotzzy, playing discipline. He has all of mid, and then he can immediately get back into play through that mid cut.
Yeah, the team's discipline has honestly hit another level. A lot of people were kind of on their ass about it. A month and a half ago, they would overchow, but now it seems like these guys have really figured out like their pacing. It feels like they're playing at their pace. Thieves obviously get some good kills on rotation. OpTic has the right idea again. They just simply get outnumbered because they have one person on old. But I want to give credit to OpTic's pacing. They're not overchowing when they don't need to. They're playing their life. They're being hard kills, and that's what you want when you have shotzzy and Kyler as your sub duo.
Yeah,
because Ant is just slippery. He's one of the most slippery in the game. He's a hard-ass kill, and to see him actually taking advantage of that it's really good to see, and that's why they're the best hardpoint team in the game right now. I think it's that sub duo just being annoying and setting pace.
Yeah, and I mean, we see the end there. Thieves actually have rotation to Barber, but OpTic kind of waltz right through. They just make kills, right? It's sort of just, I think Thieves was so spread thin, right? One player dies near time. That guy top balcony turns his back to go assist towards time. shotzzy finds that kill. The pinch is in. Thieves spawn out. GG. That's the best hardpoint team in the game currently, proving why they're the best hardpoint team in the game right now.
Correct. Shouts out to OpTic. Big win today over Thieves. The boys really need